Have you ever wondered what happens to your food just seconds after you swallow it? Right now, inside your body, a hidden chemical laboratory is working around the clock. It never takes a break. It never sleeps. And every single day, it performs millions of chemical reactions more advanced than anything found in the world's most sophisticated factories. Think about this. A simple plate of rice, a piece of bread, a banana, or a bowl of soup enters your mouth. A few hours later, that same food has been transformed into the energy that powers your heartbeat, fuels your brain, helps your muscles move, repairs damaged cells, and keeps you alive. But how does that happen? How does your body turn ordinary food into the energy that allows you to think, walk, run, study, work, and even dream? Today, we're taking an incredible journey inside your digestive system to uncover the fascinating chemical laboratory hidden within your stomach and intestines. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at food the same way again. Before we begin, let me know in the comments, what's your favorite meal? And where are you watching from? Now let's dive inside your body and discover the amazing science happening within you every second of every day. Imagine a massive food processing factory stretching nearly 30 feet long. That factory is inside you. The digestive system begins in the mouth and ends in the large intestine. Every organ along the way has a specific job. When you take a bite of food, digestion starts immediately. Your teeth act like mechanical grinders. Your saliva contains enzymes that begin breaking down carbohydrates before the food even reaches your stomach. For example, if you chew a cracker for a long time, it begins to taste sweeter. Why? Because enzymes in your saliva are already breaking starch into sugar. This is the first step in turning food into energy. After swallowing, the food travels down a muscular tube called the esophagus. A series of wave-like contractions called peristalsis push the food downward. Think of squeezing toothpaste through a tube. That's similar to how food moves through your digestive tract. Soon, the food arrives at one of the most fascinating organs in your body, the stomach. And this is where the real chemistry begins. Your stomach is not just a storage bag for food. It is a powerful chemical reactor. The stomach produces hydrochloric acid, one of the strongest acids found naturally in the human body. The acid is so powerful that it could damage many materials outside your body. Yet your stomach protects itself with a special mucus lining. Scientists estimate the stomach produces about 1.5 to 2 liters of gastric juice daily. When food enters the stomach, muscles begin churning and mixing it with acid and digestive enzymes. Imagine a giant industrial mixer constantly stirring ingredients. That's exactly what your stomach does. One important enzyme is pepsin. Pepsin breaks proteins into smaller pieces called peptides. For example, when you eat chicken, fish, eggs, beans, or meat, pepsin begins breaking their proteins apart. Without this process, your body couldn't use those proteins to build muscles, repair tissues, or create hormones. The stomach slowly converts food into a thick liquid mixture called chyme. This process can take several hours depending on what you eat. A light snack moves quickly. A large fatty meal takes much longer. Once the food has been transformed into chyme, it moves into the small intestine. And that's where the real magic happens. The small intestine is the superstar of digestion. Although it's called small, it's actually about 20 feet long. This is where most nutrients are absorbed. When chyme enters the small intestine, additional digestive juices arrive from two powerful helper organs, the pancreas and the liver. The pancreas releases enzymes that break down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. The liver produces bile, which helps digest fats. Imagine washing greasy dishes. Water alone doesn't remove the grease effectively. Soap breaks the grease into tiny droplets. Bile does something similar with fats. It breaks large fat droplets into smaller pieces that enzymes can digest more easily. Now carbohydrates become glucose. Proteins become amino acids. Fats become fatty acids and glycerol. These tiny molecules are small enough to pass through the intestinal walls and enter the bloodstream. This is where your meal truly begins its transformation into usable energy. A spoonful of rice can become glucose. A piece of fish can become amino acids. A slice of avocado can become fatty acids. Everything is carefully dismantled and prepared for transport. The body wastes nothing. Every useful nutrient is collected and delivered where it's needed most. The inside of your small intestine looks very different from what most people imagine. It isn't smooth. It's covered with millions of tiny finger-like structures called villi. Each villus contains tiny blood vessels. Together, they create an enormous surface area for absorption. If stretched out flat, the surface area would be roughly the size of a tennis court. That's incredible. Why so much surface area? Because more surface means more nutrient absorption. Think of villi as millions of tiny workers collecting nutrients from digested food and loading them onto delivery trucks. The delivery trucks are your blood vessels. Once nutrients enter the bloodstream, they travel throughout the body. Glucose heads to cells needing energy. Amino acids help repair tissues. Fats provide long-term fuel and support cell function. This transport system operates continuously. Every meal you eat starts thousands of microscopic delivery operations inside your body. Quick question for you. Did you know your small intestine is longer than many cars? And were you surprised that your stomach contains acid powerful enough to dissolve food? Let me know in the comments what fact amazed you the most so far. Also, if you're enjoying this journey inside the human body, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more fascinating science and anatomy content. Now let's continue and see how your body converts nutrients into pure energy. Now we arrive at the final stage. Cells throughout your body receive glucose from the bloodstream. Inside each cell are tiny structures called mitochondria. Scientists often call them the powerhouses of the cell. These microscopic power plants use oxygen and glucose to produce ADP. ADP stands for adenosine triphosphate. Think of ADP as your body's energy currency. Every movement you make requires ADP. Reading, talking, walking, blinking, thinking, even sleeping. Without ADP, life would stop. Here's a practical example. Imagine eating a banana before exercising. The carbohydrates are digested into glucose. The glucose enters your bloodstream. Your muscles absorb it. Your mitochondria convert it into ADP. And that ADP powers your workout. The energy in food literally becomes the energy in your muscles. That's one of the most amazing transformations occurring in nature. The digestive laboratory works best when properly maintained. Poor eating habits can interfere with digestion. Eating too quickly may reduce proper chewing. Lack of fiber can slow digestion. Dehydration can affect nutrient absorption. Excessive processed foods may contribute to digestive discomfort. For example, imagine pouring low-quality fuel into a car. The car may still run, but not as efficiently. Similarly, your body performs best when fueled with nutritious foods. Whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and plenty of water. These provide the raw materials your digestive laboratory needs to function efficiently. Today we've traveled through one of the most remarkable systems in the human body. We learned how digestion begins in the mouth. The stomach acts as a powerful chemical laboratory. Enzymes and acids break down food. The small intestine absorbs nutrients. The bloodstream delivers those nutrients throughout the body. Cells convert food into ADP, the energy that powers life. Every meal you eat triggers an extraordinary chain of events. A hidden laboratory starts working. Millions of chemical reactions begin. And ordinary food becomes the energy that keeps you alive. The next time you sit down to eat, remember that you're supplying fuel to one of the most advanced biological systems ever created. If you found this video fascinating, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who loves science and learning about the human body. Subscribe and turn on notifications because we have many more incredible journeys into human anatomy and health coming soon. And before you go, tell me in the comments, which organ amazed you the most today? The stomach, the small intestine, or the mitochondria? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next exploration of the amazing human body.